Fun fact, Kylie Minogue is in this movie for about 1 to 2 minutes, in case you're big fans. So, San Andreas, starring The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson as he goes by now. But yes, you've seen ads for this everywhere. The big disaster earthquake movie that's come out. So The Rock is the main character of the movie. He plays a character who is a part of the helicopter rescue division of the fire department, I think. And he has a wife and daughter, but the wife is currently divorcing him, and he only sees his daughter every so often. And his wife has a new boyfriend, played by Mr. Fantastic. It's a little weird. But then basically, earthquakes start happening. The daughter is in San Francisco for some reason, and that's where the big quake happens. And that's pretty much the movie. There's another part. There's the Dwayne Johnson part of the movie, and then you have the Paul Giamatti part of the movie. Paul Giamatti plays a professor at Caltech and an expert on earthquakes. Basically, he and his team at Caltech are tracking these earthquakes as best they can, and that's also pretty much it for them. Yeah, the movie felt a little disjointed with these two scenarios going on. I kind of wish that they connected a bit more. But the main part of the movie is the Dwayne Johnson part of it, and he and his technically ex-wife going to find their daughter who is in San Francisco. The actual earthquakes in the movie, there are some moments, they are pretty, destructive, and seeing it on the screen, you're just like, whoa! But after pretty much the first one's at the Hoover Dam. It happens pretty early on in the movie. It's not much of a spoiler. So then, once you've seen it like many, many, many times throughout the movie, you're just like, okay, can we keep this going here, or just get to the end? And I know for a movie like this, the main part of it is the earthquake stuff and the destruction and all that, but for goodness sake, like, why couldn't there just be a more interesting story along with it? All you have is The Rock and his family, and it's just, what's going to happen. It's such a predictable story setup. It's like, oh, the divorced parents are going to find their daughter. Oh, I wonder if that's going to reconnect them. Yeah, come on. You know how it's going to turn out. But I do have to say, the one props I will give this movie is the daughter. Now, she does need to get rescued a couple times. But for the most part, she is pretty resourceful and is helpful. And she's with these two British brothers for a good part of the movie. And she's pretty much the reason why they stay alive throughout the movie. So that was an interesting element to it. But again, I wish there was more to the Paul Giamatti stuff. I just feel like that was just kind of thrown in there instead of, actually dealt with in a good way. But to Paul Giamatti's credit, he could have easily phoned it in, and he did a pretty good job in this movie, because he's one of those actors who, no matter the role, he's just like, yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll do a good job with it too. And it's just like, you go, dude. But there are also a lot of moments where, I know, again, disaster movie, a lot of it's not going to make sense. But there were a lot of parts where the plausibility, I was just like, come on, really? No. Like the tsunami scene and the going over the way, that was so stupid. So yeah, I guess overall I have more negatives for it than positives. So in the end, I'm going to give San Andreas a barely worth it and a half. So if you guys have seen the movie, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And do you guys have any favorite disaster movies? Let me know as well. Alright guys, that's it for me. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Toodles!